Salut, c'est Géraldine, bienvenue sur Comme, Française TV, sound French even to the French. Today in Comme, Française TV we will talk about a very loaded topic, things that can get you into trouble if you bring them up with the wrong people. Or get you into endless debates, French time with friends shouting at each other and wine glasses flying. Even I could get into trouble just for filming this video in Grenoble. I will show you a few of these absurd words in France. Those questions are very delicate topics that no one agrees on and that are an endless source of jokes. Google them, especially on Google Images, to witness the importance of these underground battles. Pain au chocolat ou chocolatine, sac ou poche plastique. Oh, name wars, I love them. This viennoiserie, that you should see the image somewhere, has two names. The one you use depends on where you live or where you're from. Une chocolatine is if you're from the southwest of France, and un pain au chocolat if you're from the rest of France. So don't ask for the wrong one when you're in France. It's crazy, but it's really the one that got me started while preparing this episode. I thought about you. They have to learn about chocolatine and pain au chocolat. When I was a child, if you'd ask me about the chocolatine, I would have no idea what it was because I'd never been to the southwest of France. You will find a link to a parody by Le Gorafi on this exact topic below the video on the blog. For the anecdote, some people take it very seriously, so be careful. Exactly the same goes for un sac en plastique, also called sac plastique, or une poche plastique. The use of these is divided roughly into the same geographical regions and with the same stakes, so be careful. But on top of that, some people also use un pochon or un cornet in certain regions. And one last that was suggested by a friend when we talked about this episode, she said, don't forget le coffre de la voiture or la malle de la voiture. Another name war. Où commence le nord? Where does the north start? I'm sure you have this kind of debate in your country as well. We have a joke saying that for some people in the south, the north starts after Toulouse and after Paris it's Siberia. For people in the north, the south starts just below Paris. And for Parisians, it doesn't matter. They don't care about the north because the rest of France is la province. La province is for les provinciaux. Les provinciaux who don't even have electricity or running water. Obviously, this is mostly a matter of point of view, and beyond the joke, it's funny to ask a French person où commence le nord? Où commence le nord? To understand where they're from. Try. You will find below a link to Les Petits Frenchies, a blog I really like with different maps of France according to where people are from. You will have all the points of view and sadly all the prejudice as well. Don't take it too seriously. It's an outrage for some people, but mostly just a funny joke for the rest of us. Monter à Paris ou descendre à Paris. Let's say you're in a small village in the Nord-Pas-de-Calais, in the north of France. Should we say descendre à Paris because we're heading south? Or monter à Paris because we're going to the capital? That's a great question. And well, actually there's no answer to these questions because both make sense, but some people will argue for hours about that. Personally, I use the north-south argument to choose. When I'm in Grenoble, in the Alps, I say monter à Paris because I'm heading north. Listen to French people using these expressions, and again, the one they choose will probably tell you more about where they're from. Who owns le Mont-Saint-Michel and cider? Mixing la Normandie and la Bretagne is the worst way to make friends on the west coast of France, and trust me, Ludovic, who is there, filming right now, is from there, so I'd better get this right. Le Mont-Saint-Michel is now officially in Basse Normandie. The problem is that during the 9th century it was briefly Breton from Britain, and then the region it belonged to depended on the path of a river, and this river moved all the time, so the frontier was really hard to fix. The two regions fought for 1,000 of years over the property of the Mont-Saint-Michel, and the frontier has only been fixed since the 19th century. Here's a great illustration of this French war. Now the ownership is settled, but if you look at the map without really looking too closely, you might make the big mistake. Oh, and of course don't ever discuss this with a Normand or a Breton, it can go very, very badly. The same goes with the cider, le cidre. We have le cidre normand and le cidre breton. But I won't cover this topic, it's far too risky. You will find below a link to lots of jokes about Normandy and Brittany. Normandy and Bretagne, there's so many jokes. Regionalisms, don't get them mixed up. Don't ever tell someone from Savoie he's from Haute-Savoie. Never. The same applies to people from Haute-Normandy and Basse-Normandy, the same. And don't ever confuse Bordeaux with Toulouse. That's very, very risky. And I'm not even going to talk about Corsica or football clubs. These are very, very heavy loaded topics. Et toi, which one of these absurd wars have you seen in France? What made you smile the most? Have you ever made one of these dreadful mistakes in France? How did it go? Share your experience in French if you dare in the comments below the video on the blog. We can all learn from your story and laugh at your anecdotes. The comment section is the best place to start discussions and ask questions. If you like this video, share it with your friends on YouTube, on Facebook, Twitter and Pinterest. Help me spread the word about Comme Française. Merci. Love France, dream of sounding French even to the French. Learn how with me, Géraldine, on commentfrancaise.com, and subscribe to my email updates for exclusive tips on real life in France every Tuesday, plus an exclusive video lesson, Introduce Yourself in French. And it's free. Merci for watching Comme Française TV. Live in France, feel at home. Allez, salut!